Polytechnic. Excel in skills and technology.
This is NTV.
A very good afternoon to you and welcome to NTV at 1. I hope you're having a great Saturday. My name is Edmond Nyabola and these are some of the stories making headlines at this hour. Over 700 Morans from the Ilkirau age set of the Ilchamus community are graduating from Morans to elders in a ceremony that takes place once in every 12 years. The ceremony Ilmongo Opoyeki Angitie is celebrated as a show of transition and creation of a new age set. Our reporter Melita Oletenges now joins us live with an update. Melita, we should be saying congratulations at least to these individuals.
Yes, Edmond, you should be saying congratulations. We are coming to you from Marigat in Baringo, where the Mongo Opoyeki Angiti ceremony is taking place, where about 700 Morans are expected to graduate from Moranism and finally become elders. Now, Edmond, this is a ceremony that takes place once every 12 years. Remember, we have a period whereby boys are allowed to be circumcised and then they become Morans. And then for that period of about 12 years, the Morans serve the community in different capacity. For example, protecting the community's livestock and things like that. But today, these Morans, me included, are graduating from being Morans now to being elders. And I'm going to speak just to a number of Morans here, soon to be elders after this ceremony, just to get their views on what they're expecting and the feeling, just the general feeling of graduating from Moranism to elders. Thank you so much. Asanteni sana kwa kujiunga nasi katika NTV. Pengine tu kwa jina lako, kisha tuambie hii leo unajisikiaje kama Morani ambaye anakuwa sasa mzee wa jamii.
Basi kwa majina mimi naitwa Elvis Korima Lekchep. Mimi ni mmoja wapo wa Ilkirau. Leo najisikia vizuri sana ambapo tunaua ndume ya mwisho kuonyesha sisi tumesha qualify kwa elders. So nashukuru sana Mungu na nashukuru sana Elberon Eltareto pamoja na rika yetu Ilkirau na Mengati. Hapo tunashukuru sana kwa sababu hii ni dhahiri ya kwamba ya kuonyesha kuwa sisi tumeingia kategori nyingine kuwa wazee ama elder katika jamii ya Ilchamus.
Pengine mmekuwa mkihudumia jamii kama Morans kwa muda mrefu, pengine sasa wale ambao mnawachia usukani wakikuja sasa kuwa Moran, wasia wenu kwao ni ipi?
Basi katika wakati tulikuwa kwa Warani, tulikuwa tunachunga inchi, ng'ombe, watoto na kadhalika, lakini kwa maoni sisi yetu sasa tukiwa Moran ambao tunakuretu kwa wase, jambo letu kubwa ni kwa hao wanaotufuata, tunataka watukanyage our footsteps kuchunga kwamba area itabaki salama na ama zaidi hayo waongeze vile sisi kama tukufika mahali au fike zaidi. Yeah.
Naam, shukrani sana. Pengine nizungumze nawe kwa kifupi tu, pengine sherehe iko na umuhimu gani katika jamii hii ya Ilchamus kwa jumla, na pengine wewe sasa kama Moran ukikuwa sasa mzee, pengine unatarajiwa kukuwa na tabia inayokaa vipi?
Naam, kwa majina mimi naitwa Calvin Marteo. Katika ile sherehe tunafurahia kuwa tunahamisha kutoka kuwa Warani mpaka sasa tumeelekea kuwa wase. Na umuhimu wa hii sherehe ni kwamba inatufunza ya kwamba sisi tunapatia nafasi kwa vijana wengine wadogo wachunge nchi, because kitu la kwanza kazi ya Warani hapa sana ni security. Sisi tukiwa Ilchamus tungependa hata wafulana wenye watatufuata wachukue hatua, watulindie nchi, mipaka zetu, wanyama, na pia kama Warani pia tungependa wao pia waje na watufuate miguu zetu na wasome pia, ili ili kwetu kama Eljamu usibadilike.
Asante sana. Edmond, you've heard from a number of Ilchamus Moran, soon to be elders, and this is a very significant event. I can tell you from where I stand, since I come from this community, it's that every Moran who has served this community for those 12 years is expected, regardless of where you are, regardless of where you are globally or even in the country, you're expected to attend this event. Failure to which there is a fine. So I'm glad I'm among those people who are not going to pay that fine. So Edmond, we are going to join the celebrations shortly. And of course, we are also just looking forward to graduate from being Morans to being elders. Over to you, Edmond.
Congratulations, Melita Oletenges. I was worried that you were never going to mention that you're actually part of that exercise, and congratulations to you. How do you feel about it, by the way?
Edmond, it's quite elating. It's quite a very interesting feeling. And of course, just to be here and in this day and age, just looking at how our culture has been preserved here, it is just elating. Absolutely honored to be a part of these celebrations. Over to you, Edmond.
Thank you so much, Melita Oletenges. Congratulations to you and the rest of the Morans who are graduating to elders today. Now, with the census slated to end at midnight tonight, the government has announced that there will be no extension of the enumeration exercise. The exercise, which has been marred by acts of violence and resistance of being enumerated, has seen at least 95% of the country counted, according to the government. Planning Principal Secretary Saitoti Torome says the remaining 5% are to be counted until midnight. However, many Kenyans have complained about not being counted, and the government is asking them to call a toll-free line.
With regard to extension, since we have covered over 95% up to now, we expect whatever is remaining will be covered, or whoever has not been enumerated will be enumerated, and therefore we may not see the need of extending the time for the enumeration. We are asking everyone who has not been counted to report through the toll number, the toll-free number, which is 0800 22 1020.
Once again, that toll-free number is 0800 22 1020. 0800 22 1020. If you haven't been counted, please call that number and make sure you are. Now, with the national census due to conclude tonight, leaders from Isiolo have expressed their distaste with the way the national exercise is being carried out in the area. The leaders say that poor planning and proper security for enumerators have been the downfall of the exercise in that region. In Bungoma County, the government says that the county has so far registered almost everyone.
It happens that both were heading to Isiolo town. Reaching at the location of the accident, the driver of a lorry attempted to overtake motorcycle on the left side and hit the motorcycle on its left. Lost control and was run over by a lorry, thereby killing him on the spot.
Devolution Cabinet Secretary Eugene Wamalwa has distributed 30,000 bags of rice in West Pokot County when he launched the second phase of the relief food distribution. This is aimed at mitigating the effects of drought that is now threatening 23 counties in the Asal regions. Wamalwa, however, says the government, through the President's Big Four agenda and pillar of food security, has put plans in place to increase the food production in Weiwei and Takwel irrigation schemes in West Pokot. This is aimed at enabling production of enough food to cushion the starving residents from over-relying on relief supply. The government says the National Treasury has already released 1 billion shillings to distribute relief food until this December this year. Further, the national government has procured 250,000 bags of maize, which is being distributed in affected areas. And a Senate committee now wants the Ethics and Anti-Corruption Commission to hand over the multi-billion shillings Lake Basin Mall in Kisumu back to the government to allow it to begin operations. Senate Devolution Committee Chairperson John Kinyua says the mall had been missing out on revenue after it was taken over by the EACC. Kinyua says that the closure of the mall due to what EACC terms as an ongoing investigation was also turning investors away. The 4.1 billion shillings facility has been under investigations by the Anti-Graft body over claims of impropriety and loss of funds during its construction, which commenced in 2013. The 360,000 square foot mall has attracted just a few tenants despite being completed in 2016. But politicians from the region have been opposed to the investigations, which they say are tactics to delay its operation.
The management of the mall try to move. They move 3 steps, then they are taken aback 2 steps. So they are not moving. The reason why we are having this problem is because of investigation. And for free, we are not against the investigation. All what we are saying is that if there is an investigation, you cannot investigate for 5 years, you have not prosecuted anybody. And as a committee, that is our concern.
To me, that's a malice. There is an orchestrated scenario, and it is also causing me fears that I had many years ago, that there's someone somewhere sitting somewhere who is targeting this great project to be sold to entities.
We'd like to make a clarification about a story we just ran. It was a mix-up about the Isiolo leaders decrying the poor execution of the census exercise in that part of the country. And the leaders have expressed their distaste with the way the exercise is out in that area. The leaders say that poor planning and poor security for enumerators have been the downfall of the exercise in that region.
Some leaders from Isiolo say that they are disappointed with the way the national census is being conducted in the area. They say that in 2009 the process in the region was flawed and are now afraid that history may repeat itself.
Captured fully 2009. That is why unakuta kwamba numbers yetu iko chini. We had 143. 100 ilikuwa Isiolo North. 43 inasemekana ni Isiolo South. But we had the people there.
Enumerators wanatembea, hakuna askari wanatembea naye. Wanatembea peke yao. Wanatembea na mzee mmoja. Kwa hivyo inaonekana hii exercise haijakuwa successful kulingana na vile tunaona.
They further say that there is evidence of tribalism in the way the exercise is being carried out. The low number of enumerators is not their only concern. They say that the lack of proper security for the enumerators is also wanting.
Why do you want to say that mtu ni kabila fulani, mtu ni kabila fulani usifanye? This is the problem which is happening, and Isiolo is disadvantaged by all means. In Samburu, only 3 enumerators with household of over 1,000.
They are now calling for the period for the exercise to be extended and resources to be put in. Deputy Head of Public Service Wanyama Musiambo, however, holds that the exercise will see 100% of registration of all Kenyans. He was speaking in Bungoma, where officials say that most residents have been counted.
Bungoma, like other 47 counties, has done exceptionally very well because of the people who are cooperating census people and security.
Musiambo has called on those not counted to participate before midnight. Gena Kirori, NTV.
Police have arrested a woman for allegedly threatening to kill her husband in Malindi town. The woman, Anne Wamboi, was arrested days after abandoning their children at home and allegedly running off with a secret lover. According to her husband, the woman threatened to kill him the moment he discovered she was having an affair in their matrimonial home with a man whom she had initially claimed to be a brother to their house help. Her alleged secret lover, James Wajir, was on the run, was also arrested after he turned up at the Malindi police station to meet Wamboi. The two are said to jointly run a hardware shop.
Pesa ndio sababu anapita akiangalia kama ile kazi amewapatia mumefanya.
Nilipotoka watu wakaingia kwa probox mara moja, watu 3 na wakanifuata. Nilipokuwa naangalia na saidimia, nikaona watu ni mimi wamefuata. Na mimi kwa sababu nilikuwa nimetumiwa message kadhaa atikana kwamba wewe tutakuua, tutakumaliza, tukutupe kwa choo, nikakibiria police station. Huyu mwanamke alitoroka akawacha watoto. Watoto ni watoto wa kisana. Mimi ndio nawaangalia, mimi ndio nawasomesa, mimi ndio nasimamia majukumu yao. Kwa hivyo maisha yangu ikiweko hatarini, pia watoto wale wangu itakuwa hatarini sana.
Residents of Maimahio in Naivasha are up in arms over the acute shortage of water in the area. They say it has been occasioned by poor management of a water project in the semi-arid division.
Dozens of residents in Mai Mahiu poured into the streets to protest persistent water shortage as they call for an immediate solution to the crisis, which is now in its second month. The residents marched peacefully within the town while chanting slogans and waving placards. At the center of the dispute is a multi-million shilling water project that was sponsored by American televangelist T.D. Jakes in 2005. The project was meant to address the acute shortage of water in the area. As a result, peasant farmers from 4 villages of Gadhima, Maralo, Githima, Nairobi have threatened to stop its operations until all residents equally benefit.
World Fund ndio zimefufua hii mradi. Hatukujulishwa kama wakaji kile kitu kinaendelea. Mambo ya madharau sana. Mradi huu siku ya leo tumeufunga kwa sababu mradi huu ulikuwa wa community na imebadilika ikawa ya watu individual.
Wamekuwa wakitoa pesa, wananunua mifereji, wanachimba mitaro, wakienda baada ya mwezi moja hiyo maji na katika wanakosa.
Residents claim they have to trek for more than 20 kilometers to fetch water.
Tupewe maji, igawanywe, tuambiwe wiki moja ni ya watu wa Nairobi, ingine ni ya Geshogo, ingine ni ya hiyo Karima. Sisi hatukatai, watu wote wapewe maji. Lakini kama sio hivyo, wakae bila maji na sisi tukae bila maji.
Residents now want the county government of Nakuru to intervene and come up with a long-term solution.
Cases of unemployment are likely to reduce in Kajiado County as private investors continue moving into the area. The investors believe that the county is yet to achieve its economic potential. Although they believe the county provides a good environment for businesses to thrive, there are a few problems that need to be dealt with. According to the CEO of Galana Oil Limited, the county needs to establish a proper sewer line and improve water delivery, as lack of water has been cited as a big challenge in the county. And women traders in Garissa County are decrying alleged hostility by security officials. The traders, who have been in operation for 20 years, say the security personnel demand bribes from them so as to allow them to conduct their businesses freely. The women business group, who sell food items such as sorghum, maize, yellow beans and rice, have also accused the police of seizing their goods, despite having paid taxes to the Kenya Revenue. The women are now calling upon their leaders to intervene so that they can continue fending for their families.
Tukileta hapa askari wanakuja wanaanza kutunyanyasha, mara wanachukua hiyo mahindi wanapeleka kwa station, tukianza kuongea wanasema hamna right ya kuuza hii mahindi. Sisi wenyewe tunanunua na pesa kidogo wa serikali, waache kutunyanyasa sisi hapa wamama ambao tunajifanyia biashara, biashara ni kidogo. Hiyo biashara yenyewe tunafanya ni biashara kulea watoto.
And 2 children in Wajir, both under 5 years old, are the latest victims of the prolonged drought situation in the county. The children's relatives say the young ones succumbed to the effects of drought. Nurdin Elmoge reports from the county of Wajir.
The heat in the dry north sit above a cloud of sorrow in Wajir West. As the drought continues to bite on, it continues to claim casualties.
Iko mtoto hakuna maziwa na hakuna yama, anabaki wapi? Soko mtoto wawili umekufa na mama hata hakuna damu hakuna.
3-year-old Osman Kartou Kainan and 2-year-old Mulid Abdi Ibrahim died last week at Bulamugdi in Garissa location. The families buried the young ones in accordance with the Somali culture and traditions without informing the government. The extent of the drought is far-reaching, and the residents in these areas say they cling to hope and good in this difficult situation.
Ng'ombe imekufa, mbuzi imeisha, jamii hakuna, hata hakuna maziwa. Na watu kwa hatarini kukufa.
Mbuzi na yote tunakufa. Tunaweka 250 tunakufa. Alafu jamii 20 tunakufa, ile ng'ombe yote tunakufa yote. Hivyo ile habara tunashida hivyo.
Watoto Mungu anasaidia. Hakuna chakula mzuri. Kwa vile tunahitaji usaidizi. Ilikuwa na bata botea, ilikuwa bata botea. Mara kula mara kukoza. Na tumejifunza hiyo, tunakaa na imani hivyo.
But there is a temporary reprieve. The Kenya Red Cross has distributed emergency relief food to hundreds of pastoralists in Waladi, Nurgus and other Awale centers in Wajir West in seeking to mitigate the effects of the dry spell. Fears are raised that the drought situation might affect the opening of schools third term in early September. Nurtin Almoge, NTV, Wajir County.
Let's now cross over to Mombasa County, where the women leaders under the Embrace banner are holding a rally this afternoon, and our reporter Kevin Mutai is with them. Kevin, what's happening over there?
Well, thank you so much, Edmond. And as you can see right now, all the leaders from the Embrace team are already seated on the podium. Of course, there I can see Governor Charity Ngulu, Governor Joho, and of course, Anne Waiguru. They're here. Remember, this is their second day trip here in the Coast region. Yesterday, they were in Kilifi, and they touched upon various issues that, as women leaders, they want to see those particular concerns they raised being addressed here in the country. But let me quickly bring in some of them to just get to understand what message are you bringing to the Coast people.
We are bringing the message of peace. You know, after the handshake with the president and the former prime minister, they encouraged us to, we as women, to go out and reach out so that we can bring peace at the grassroots. And so that's what we were doing yesterday in Kilifi. Today, this is the 12th county that we are going within the country. We're going to all the 47 counties. But our message is one, that Kenya belongs to all of us. We love each other and we want to embrace peace. That's what we are doing. But when we go to a county like this one, we also have a theme today. The theme was about the cancer and health. We have visited the Coast General Hospital. We have free cancer screening here today. And so we are here to talk to the women, to bring the women together. You of course know this was a very hot spot when it comes to post-election violence from 2007, even 2017. These were not easy, 2013. So we are here to tell our people that we are all one. And everybody should feel free to be in each and every part of Kenya because they are Kenyans and Kenya is us. Yes.
Well, of course, we also heard yesterday that you touched on issues of BBI, Building Bridges Initiative. What is your take on that as the Women Embrace team?
My take on the BBI is that women should be given a chance. And women, we take a lot of load. We normally stand and support our men, our families. So when it comes to leadership, that is not when women become music.
Let's wait for the national anthem first. Well, let's go back to our conversation. You were telling me something about BBI.
Yes, what we were saying, we should really, in the county, should be very careful on what they are being told is Punguza Muzigo. There are opportunities, the issue of the counties, and especially saying that some, like here we have 6 constituencies within Mombasa. If you say we merge the constituencies, that means then we are going to have less sub-counties here or constituencies. That means even the resources to get to Mwananchi are going to be limited. And there's also danger.
Okay, let me quickly also bring in British Selachi so that she can also have a word on this. Mheshimiwa, yesterday you were in Kilifi, and among the key issues affecting that particular region is the issue of teenage pregnancies. As women leaders, what are some of these key areas that perhaps you would want the key institutions to focus on so as to mitigate such kind of things happening to our children in the country?
First of all, I want to thank the President, His Excellency Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta, and I want to thank the former Prime Minister, Right Honorable Raila Odinga, because why we are in all this is because of the handshake. And that is why all these issues that are coming up.